Michael Joseph Jackson was born in Gary, Indiana, an industrial suburb of Chicago, Illinois, to a working-class family on August 29, 1958. The son of Joseph Walter Joe and Catherine Esther, née Screws, he was the seventh of 9 children. Jackson sang since he was a child, and over time, his voice and vocal style changed noticeably, either through puberty or a personal preference to align his vocal interpretation to the themes and genres he chose to express. Jackson showed musical talent early in his life, performing in front of classmates and others during a Christmas recital at the age of 5. In 1964, Jackson and Marlon joined the Jackson Brothers, a band formed by brothers Jackie, Tito, and Jermaine as backup musicians playing congas and tambourine, respectively. Referred to as the King of Pop, in subsequent years, 4 of his solo studio albums are among the world's best-selling records. Off the Wall, 1979, Bad, 1987, Dangerous, 1991, and History, 1995, while his 1982 Thriller is the world's best-selling record of all time. With stage performances and music videos, Jackson popularized a number of physically complicated dance techniques, such as the robot and the moonwalk. His distinctive musical sound and vocal style influenced many hip-hop, pop, and contemporary R&B artists. From a young age, Jackson was physically and mentally abused by his father, enduring incessant rehearsals, whippings, and name-calling. Jackson's abuse as a child affected him throughout his grown life. His siblings are Rebby, Jackie, Tito, Jermaine, Latoya, Marlon, Randy, and Janet. Jackson first spoke openly about his childhood abuse in a 1993 interview with Oprah Winfrey. He said that during his childhood, he often cried from loneliness and would sometimes get sick upon seeing his father. One of Jackson's most acclaimed performances came during the halftime show at Super Bowl 27. As the performances began, Jackson was catapulted onto the stage as fireworks went off. Behind him. Jackson had a notable impact on music and culture throughout the world. He broke down racial barriers, transformed the art of the music video, and paved the way for modern pop music in his own country. In 2000, Jackson was listed in the Book of Guinness World Records for his support of 39 charities, more than any other entertainer or personality. Throughout his career, he received numerous honors and awards, including the World Music Awards Best-Selling Pop Male Artist of the Millennium, the American Music Awards Artist of the Century Award, and the Bambi Pop Artist of the Millennium Award. Michael Joseph Jackson was born on August 29, 1958, in Gary, Indiana, and entertained audiences nearly his entire life. His father, Joe Jackson, no relation to Joe Jackson, also a musician, had been a guitarist, but was forced to give up his musical ambitions following his marriage to Michael's mother, Catherine Jackson, née Catherine Esther Screws. Together, they prodded their growing family's musical interests at home. By the early 1960s, the older boys, Jackie, Tito, and Jermaine, had begun performing around the city. By 1964, Maikal and Marlon had joined in. A musical prodigy, Michael's singing and dancing talents were amazingly mature, and he soon became the dominant voice and focus of the Jackson 5. An opening act for such soul groups as the OJs and James Brown, it was Gladys Knight, not Diana Ross, who officially brought the group to Berry Gordy's attention. And by 1969, the boys were producing back-to-back chart-busting hits as Motown artists. I Want You Back, ABC, Never Can Say Goodbye, Sir, Got to Be There, Quid Stera. As a product of the 1970s, the boys emerged as one of the most accomplished black pop/soul vocal groups in music history, successfully evolving from a group like The Temptations to a disco phenomenon. Solo success for Maikal was inevitable, and by the 1980s, he had become infinitely more popular than his brotherly group. Record sales consistently orbited, culminating in the biggest-selling album of all time, Thriller, in 1982. A TV natural, he ventured rather uneasily into films, such as playing the Scarecrow in The Wiz, 1978, but had much better luck with elaborate music videos. In the 1990s, the downside as a 1980s pop phenomenon began to rear itself. Maikal grew terribly childlike and introverted by his peerless celebrity. A rather timorous, androgynous figure to begin with, his physical appearance began to change drastically, and his behavior grew alarmingly bizarre, making him a consistent target for scandal-making, despite his numerous charitable acts. 2 brief marriages, one to Elvis Presley's daughter, Lisa Marie Presley, were forged, and 2 children produced by his second wife during that time, but the purposes behind them appeared image-oriented. Michael Jackson died on June 25, 2009, in Los Angeles, California. His passion and artistry as a singer, dancer, writer, and businessman were unparalleled, and it is these prodigious talents that will ultimately prevail over the extremely negative aspects of his troubled adult life.